you gonna say hi? Maisie just turned around and walked in the house, didn't she? She doesn't want to be on today. She doesn't want to say hi to all our friends. And you're, you know, just walking around. Well, I'm not decided it was too hot out here. She was out here with me. Hi, I'm Barbara. Welcome. It is Wednesday, August 12th. It's Sammy's 4th birthday. All her sleeps are done. We are having a Zoom meeting. My daughter set up a Zoom meeting so all the grandparents and people who care can come and sing happy birthday to Sammy. Oh, I have to double check and make sure Aura and Garland were on that list. If not, I'm going to forward it to them and they can crash the party. Yeah. Hello. It is a sunny day. It is very, very humid. The dew point is 74 or something. So it's not going to be a lovely day. We're very likely to have thunderstorms. I'm hoping that the storms are late in the day so that I can get a load of clothes on the wash, on the line, load of wash on the line. It's in the washer right now. That's the plan. Ooh, and I have butter. I have ghee in my coffee today, and I figured out how to. This is a David's tea mug with the sheep. And when I make my coffee, it's only about half. So this mug is big enough for me to be able to emulsify in it. And I figured, but I had to change what I did. And so I figured out how to do it in this mug where it doesn't spill. And it has given me information that I might be able to use in my other mugs. I hope. We'll find out. Meanwhile, I put it in the sink when I started trying to emulsify the ghee. So in the keto world, this is called Bulletproof Coffee. And in the time-restricted eating / intermittent fasting world, it's called Bulletproof Coffee. So it gives me a little something extra that I can put in my coffee because I don't really like my coffee black. But I think that the cream breaks my fast. So having the ghee, which is pure fat but delicious, in my coffee changes my coffee enough that I like it and doesn't break my fast. So that's why I'm having it. I don't really have trouble with the fasting part. I don't eat till 3-ish. I eat from like 3 to 6, 3-hour window. So this is more because I don't like my coffee black. Anyway, good morning. I did not sleep well last night at all. And this is many days in a row now that I'm not sleeping, so it's feels like it's starting to accumulate. So one of these days I'll sleep like a baby. I hope. Right now I'm sleeping like a colicky baby, getting up every 5 minutes. But at least I didn't have aggravating dreams last night. There is something nice to wake, like if you wake up and you're aggravated or something and you just say, oh, it was a dream. I'm in bed. Nothing's happening. Anyway, I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for your comments. 2 people told me they think my monkey bird is a barred owl. I have to go out on the internet and listen to a barred owl and see. I told Dennis that, and he said, oh, well, we have them around. So I think you're probably right. Owls are so cool. But you don't see them very often. I don't see them very often. There may be places where people see them very often, but I do not. But we do have owls around here, so. So I'm going to go listen and see if that sounds like my monkey. Thank you for the hint. So I did, my knee I told you about my sleep, bad. My knee, good. I have not been having pains in my knee for the last couple days. And in fact, I've been having trouble remembering I have a bad knee, so that I catch myself just walking up the steps as if I didn't have to think about it. And I am trying to, you know, one step at a time to try to, you know, keep my knee good. The only thing is my kneecap is pain, you know, if I press on it, it hurts. My other knee, if I press on it, it doesn't hurt. So there's still something going on in there, and I should be doing more. I told Dennis this morning, the only thing I did yesterday for my knee was I wore my sneakers all day. But I don't think I took any pain medication, and I didn't ice it. I just didn't think about it very much, except when I walked up the stairs to get my yarn. I did think about it then. So I walked carefully. I walked carefully on the steps. That was the only concession to my knee. In fact, we took a long walk with the dogs yesterday because my knee was feeling good, and every once in a while the dogs can use it, and me too. I haven't been getting enough exercise really, although our walks, even our long walks, aren't that long, truth be told. But I was feeling like being out. So after the walk, I went grocery shopping yesterday. We needed more dog food, and there were a few things on our list. I called my mother-in-law, and she had a couple things on her list, so I got her a couple things. And so I went to the grocery store. I was very careful. I wore my mask. Everybody in the store had their masks on, so that was good. And it was good to get out a little bit. I guess it's been a week since I took my mother-in-law to lunch. Was that last Wednesday? Yeah, because that's when I bought the dresses and mailed them. Sammy got her dresses, so she has her present to open tonight or today, whenever she's allowed to open. And we will have a Zoom, so we'll get to sing her happy birthday. And that'll be fun. And see her as a 4-year-old. Time is passing. Time is passing. I need to figure out what county they're in, because I just read a very aggravating article that the sheriff of, now I don't remember, one word starts with M, like Monroe or something county, where Ocala is, has forbidden his deputies from wearing masks. And if you go into the sheriff's office, you have to take your mask off. They want to make sure they can see your face. And Allison works for the county sheriff's department, but I don't know what county they're in. I hope it's not the county that Ocala is, the county seat. I don't think so. Ocala's some distance from them. So I'm hoping that's the county over and she's not working in that dopey county. And this, you know, and the mayor was going to veto a bill from city council requiring everybody in Ocala to wear a mask, and they overrode his veto, and he just said, well, we're not going to enforce it. I don't know. I don't even know. I just hope they're not in that county. That's not the county she works for. I'm sure it's not. Ocala's quite a distance from them. I'm sure she wasn't commuting that far, so. And they're kind of on the west side of Tampa. You know, Tampa, there's kind of, I don't know, there's a bay, Tampa Bay, and they're on the ocean, on the Gulf side of Tampa. So hopefully, and Ocala's inland. So hopefully it's not them, but anyway. My neighbors are out working on their cars. They're doing something with these new cars. They've never had a lot of cars around, and now they seem to have a lot of cars they're working on. I think the boys don't really have much to do, so they're working on some cars. But they've got music playing, so you might hear their music. It's very still out here now. Yesterday we had a lot of birds. Not many birds today. Got a bee here. I don't think you can hear the bees though. So I did walk up the stairs yesterday and got yarn. I got another, I balled up another one of the green yarns for Ella's boxy, because my ball is getting about that big, so it's getting smallish, and I'm going to want to alternate skeins toward the end of each skein, so that in case they're different enough that you can tell, it kind of weaves in the difference. I'm not really worried about it, so I'm not alternating skeins the whole time, because that's really annoying. But I needed to have the second skein ready to go when I wanted to start alternating skeins. But I did not work on that yesterday, because the other thing I skeined up while I was up there, I haven't quite finished my sweater yet. I didn't do my neckband. Oh, I didn't bring my pattern. I showed you this before, but this is how I have really long vlogs, because I'm pretty sure it was on like 10 minutes, and now I'm starting over because I have a second thing. Now I'm going to talk for 20 minutes, and then it's going to be like, I started my high street pullover. I bought this pattern last week or the week before. I showed it to you. It's got these interesting lines and things, and since I'm done with the sweater I was making for myself, I decided to start this one. Now the boxy I'm making for Ella, that's for when I don't want to think and I only want to have stock in it, because it's for Christmas and not rushed. Not that anything is rushed in the time of Corona, but so I started it. So I have a little panel that had a little seed stitch to start with for the bottom, and now it has rows with a purl row in between. So this is a 3x1 rib going up, and this is essentially a 3x1 rib going the opposite. So this is 3 purls in 1 knit, and this is 3 knits in 1 purl. The only problem with this so far is you can see the difference. You know, I mean, maybe that will block out, but that rib has a way different row gauge than that seed stitch. So I'm gonna have to stretch that when I block this out, or it's gonna not match, which won't be the worst thing in the world. The other thing I did, one thing that I do that I'm not necessarily recommending, but I do it all the time, is I have created a Mobius more times than I would like to admit when I was, you know, joining my knitting in the round. So what I do is I do at least 1 row not in the round. You know, after I do my cast on, I do at least 1 row not in the round, so that it's easier for me to figure out, you know, if I've twisted my stitches or not. It's just really easier to do when you have more than just your cast on. And that's what I did here, and I should have done 2 rows. And then you just have to stitch it closed at the end. When you weave in your ends, you have ends there anyway, so it's no big deal. And I should have done 2 rows, because I only did 1 row and I just kept going, and so my cast on is invisible. I have like an invisible cast on there, if you can see it. The cast on, you can see, is there on the inside. Now if I had just cast on and join my stitches, this would be on the front, on the outside, but it's on the inside. If I had done 2 rows, it would be on the outside. But so I have sort of a bindless beginning to my sweater, which I would prefer to have the binding show, and it was, but I'm, you know, not taking it out. So that's kind of, you know, just a little something to keep in mind if you do what I do sometimes. So I should remember that I like it better if I do 2 rows back and forth to get started, and then it's even that much easier to tell if your stitches are twisted. So anyway, so this is what I did yesterday. I started my high street pullover, and so it has a border, a little border of seed stitches, and then it sort of has vertical and horizontal ribbing. And I enjoyed knitting that. And this yarn, I bought this yarn a long time ago. This qualifies for the Craft From Your Stash Make Along 2020. Apparently the last time I talked about it, I said 2019. Stash Mail 2020. And this is Silky Targy from Blue Moon Fiber. And I bought this when I was on vacation in Florida. I don't remember if it was when I, it's single silky targy, 70% targy and 30% unbleached tussa silk from Blue Moon Fiber Arts. And I had a tear, they covered up the name, but it is 696 yards for 265 grams. Does that make it worsted? No. It's like a DK, I guess. More like a DK. Kind of like a DK. Anyway, I got 3 of these. It's a single ply. And I got 3 of these when I was there. So I have lots of yarn. And I've had this for a couple of years. I got this at really, really nice yarn shop in Sarasota, Florida. But the name of the shop is escaping me. It's on the main highway that goes down through there. Anyway, I have 3 giant balls of this. So this is Craft From Your Stash because I've had this in my stash for a really long time. And I bought it at the Seaside, so I wonder if that qualifies for the Seaside Cal that Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn is doing. She's doing too, the Craft From Your Stash, which I'm doing, of course, with the lovely Leslie. And she's doing one that if it has a sea theme, it qualifies. So I bought this at the beach. But it's not sea colors. But I bought some sea colors while I was there. They had a, oh, I might have given that away though. You know, I'm not sure what I have anymore and what I kept and whatever. Oh, before I forget and before I go too long, these are some of my favorite earrings. And you can see what these are. These are puzzle pieces. I bought these earrings 30 years ago. Aren't they pretty? I bought some that are, both things are kind of red or pinky, and I couldn't find them. I don't know why, but I like these best anyway. So, the only problem with these, and I would tell the kid who, I bought these from a little kid. He had a little booth at an art festival, and I bought them from him, and I love them. But he should have painted the back so that the back of the earrings was actually whatever the puzzle picture was. That's would be my advice to him, except he's probably 40 now and not in the business of selling puzzle piece earrings. I grew up in State College, Pennsylvania. It's where Penn State is. Both my parents taught at Penn State. It's in the center of Pennsylvania. It's like literally in the geographic center. They took a map of Pennsylvania and drew a line and put Penn State, when they were starting Penn State, right in the middle, so it would be equally accessible to everyone. Hey puppy, there's my Maisie Daisy. Why are you running out here all cheerful? You were inside. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. But the joke in state colleges, it's equally inaccessible to everyone in Pennsylvania, which is true. So it's a land-grant institution, so the university was there first, and then the town grew up, and the town is actually named State College, which makes no sense, but the university is technically on University Park, Pennsylvania, so they have their own postal designation. But I grew up there. We moved there when I was in the 5th grade. We lived in a small town nearby when I was in the 4th grade. And then we bought a house in State College and moved to State College. And it was a small town when I was growing up. We would walk to town on our own. We would walk to school. You know, I was like a half a block too close to the school, so I had to walk. There was no bus. Which made it a long walk in the winter, as you can imagine, because that was the olden days when, you know, kids, I don't know, were safer, or people weren't as worried, or I don't even know. But I walked over 1.5 miles to school every day from the 5th grade till I graduated. Well, till we moved out into the country. We moved into the country when I was a junior in high school, and then I had a bus. But anyway, when I was a kid, they started the Central Pennsylvania Festival of the Arts. If you are anywhere in Central Pennsylvania or near it or can get to it, in the beginning of July in normal times, they canceled it, of course, this year. The Central Pennsylvania Festival for the Arts is a really, really wonderful arts festival. Very high quality stuff, not cheap. You know, you may want to just browse because it's not cheap, but they have lots going on, lots of music, and, you know, I highly recommend it. Very difficult to get a hotel room, as you can imagine, but I don't need one because I've got family in town. But I was there for the first one, and the first one was much smaller, much different. I mean, there was a kid with a booth selling painted rocks in the first arts festival, which is what we call the arts festival. And it grew from there, and it grew into something really big and much different than its earlier roots. So now it's a juried selection, and not everybody gets in, and there haven't been painted rocks forever. But on Wednesday, they have Kids Day. It's the Thursday through Sunday of the week after the 4th of July. The Wednesday after the 4th of July is Kids Day, and then you'll look it up. It's the beginning of July, right after 4th of July. But they have a Kids Day, and the kids, you know, they have things for the kids, and they have kids who have booths where they sell their wares. This has changed a little bit over the years, so I don't think that was the case. I think there was a street for kids selling their things, an offshoot street on a regular day when I bought my earrings. But so there are kids selling their art pieces at the festival on Wednesdays now. I haven't been there on a Wednesday in a really long time. And I bought my earrings from a little boy, probably 10, 12 years old, who had a booth at the arts festival. And I love, love, love these earrings. These are very, very light, so if you have problems with your holes stretching, these are perfect. I would recommend, if I were doing it, and I have thought about doing it over the years because I think it's such a brilliant idea. I have thought about that I would paint the back so that the back of the earring is what the actual picture from the puzzle is. But obviously I don't know what his puzzle looked like. Maybe it wouldn't have worked, or maybe the shiny side took the paint better than the back. I don't know. Anyway, that's the story behind my earrings, which are some of my favorites. Some of my favorites. So yesterday I went to the store, walked the dog, started a new sweater. Didn't play any EverQuest. Watched some podcasts, caught up with the Crafty Toads. I was a little bit behind. And didn't do much other than that. I had planned on cleaning a little bit and vacuuming. I need to vacuum and, you know, that kind of stuff. Well, the dogs are back in the house now. It's pretty muggy out here. So I'm thinking I'll do that and make my space where I sit and knit a little nicer, because I'm expecting to mostly sit and knit. I will be on Zoom for the birthday celebration, and then I have my knit night later tonight, and hopefully my power will stay on this time, because I missed my knit night last week because our power was out. So that's my plans for the day. I'm making no promises, but I've heard a couple birds. The breeze has picked up a little bit, so it's nicer. That still air that's so close is really hard. But I haven't heard our bird anywhere close, so I'm not sure where they went. All right, now this is getting long again. Oh, I thought I heard Pearl's collar. She's got her license and stuff on her collar, so when she walks, she kind of clicks. But I guess it was a bird. So I will say goodbye. I hope you are all well. Please, please take good care of yourselves. And I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane.